In Visual 3D, you can start analyzing on the movements. For example, you can see here that we've exported the 3 jumps, and we can analyze those in signals and events. Let's start with the first jump, which was file number 4. You can then zoom out here, which will show you the entire skeleton, and press play to see the entire movement. You can also investigate specific parameters. For this, you go to link model based, select original, and you will be provided with an entire list of different parameters. For example, you can identify the center of mass and analyze this, but you can also analyze the left ankle angles and do this for the hip, knee, and all other joints. For example, let's see what's happening at the right knee. So we go to right knee, we do a right click, we select graph X, which in this case will be the sagittal plane, and select new graph. We can now, especially if we select play, see what's happening during the entire movement to the knee angle. We can also change the view and analyze these appropriately. As we are landing on the right leg, it might also be interesting to investigate what's happening at the right hip. For this, if we want to assess the frontal plane, we can make a new graph and see what's happening there in terms of abduction and adduction. We can use these variables to compare between trials. For example, we can now see that there's roughly 46 degrees of knee flexion in the first trial, but let's see what's happening in the second trial. For example, here we can already see that there's much more knee flexion going on at the knee. If we want to analyze the movement more slowly, we can also change the frame speed on the bottom left. For example, here we can set it to quarter and then analyze the movement accordingly. We can then also compare the second and third jump, in which we can see that the knee is relatively similar, but there's much less variation at the hip. We can again go to Signals and Events and select our first Gait file. We can again play the skeleton walking, and we can also specify that the animation speed should be reduced. We can again investigate specific joints by selecting link model based, original, and for example analyze the left ankle angle in the sagittal plane and the left shoulder angle in the sagittal plane. And then again hit play. We can also compare between joints by selecting joint angle comparison. Here we can, for example, see that for the left side, which is indicated in red, that there's slightly less pelvic anterior tilt. Also, we can see that there's more ankle inversion on the left ankle than there is on the right ankle. There are various other reports and parameters that we encourage you to explore. Let's start exploring movement.